Today I'm with Kevin Keough from Romios Gold. You're the new CEO. Kevin, congratulations.
Well, thank you, Tracy. I'm really happy to be here, and I might say genuinely excited too.
Well, we are thrilled that you're here. I was reading your bio earlier today. You bring substantial experience and leadership, and we have what, 26, 27 projects you're going to now corral and then form a plan of action?
Yes, we're working through a process here, and I want people to understand that the company is going to be very focused on a particular subset of all those properties you've mentioned. Our goal is to deliver real discoveries that could become mines from one or two of those assets in particular. We think they're that good. So it's going to be a very focused play, and we're doing everything we have to really reconfigure this company and get success soon, i.e., within the next year.
And of course, there's a project that brought you into the CEO role that really attracted you, and that's called Trek South. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, Tracy. It's a copper gold porphyry close to the major Galore Creek deposits that are under pre-feasibility by Teck and Newmont at the current time, except we're on the easy access side of the hills, whereas they're on the other side.
And for those of you out there, I'm sure you've heard about the Golden Triangle. That is in this area. Can you give us just a few more details about the location and why this is such an attractive project to be prioritizing?
Yeah, the Trek property is pretty much in the middle of the Golden Triangle, and the road right of way to Teck Newmont's major development, Galore Creek, bisects the property. It cuts right through it. So it is rich geological real estate. It is a proven place to be. There are a lot of eyes on this area from the Far East and elsewhere. All the major companies are actively looking at prospects there. And we have, I think, probably the best new undrilled porphyry copper gold prospect in the province at Trek South. That's how good it is, or appears to be at this point.
And I just want to reinforce that you actually like the former CEO, Stephen Burega. He's actually staying on as president.
Oh, yeah. Steve's been very gracious. I think he's had recognized the challenges within the company that needed to be addressed. And I think we both agree, it can be a huge amount of work working on and reconfiguring these little companies. It's kind of, it's almost as much work perhaps as running General Motors, but you don't have the staff and you wear a lot of hats. So it is easier, to have us sharing the load that way. And it's been working very harmoniously, I would say.
Earlier today in an investor talk, you were talking about your strategy for taking this company forward. Can you tell us a
Yes.
little bit more about the value added formula that you plan on implementing?
Yeah, I'm a real believer in success through the drill bit and not, and although sometimes you may have to, due to market circumstances, farm properties out or option them away, that's not my preferred model, and it never has been. My preferred model is to focus on a tiny number of assets. It can be one, it can be two, but generally it's a very small number of assets, property assets, that I believe can deliver a discovery of merit. And by that, I mean a discovery that could become a mine. So, yes, Romeo's has an array of assets. It's got a subset that's exceptionally fine. And it's one particular element or one of those properties, Trek South, the target Trek South, that we're going to focus on as our initial drilling kick at the can next year. And we're going to try to do that work ourselves. So any success would be reflected in our share price, not necessarily that of another company.
So, since you've joined, you've also been able to attract financing and capital to the company to achieve your goals. Would you like to give us an update on that?
Sure. Well, we have a process. I mentioned we're working through, and we recognize the company has had some issues internally. It had a lot of debt. That's been cleared. And if your viewers wish to look at the track record of the last month, they can see a whole series of news releases. And the debt situation's been dealt with. We announced the financing to help carry us through this next 6 months, really, where we're addressing internally the corporate issues. That process is going very smoothly. And at the end of that, we'll have a completely refreshed company that is positioned for success next year. So there will be further steps, and I think it's just encouraging that we were able to secure the $750,000 that we've announced we're raising so quickly, Tracy, because obviously the market knows that this company has had issues in the past, and yet we've been able to raise that money very easily. So onward and upward as far as I'm concerned. I'm quite optimistic that we'll get everything cleared, the company reconfigured, and we'll be really well positioned for what's to come next year. And it will be exciting next year.
The company has had an active stream of news since you entered as CEO. And for those of you interested in finding out more, please go to the following website. Kevin, thank you for joining us today.
Appreciate it, Tracy.